Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the 4th of June. We promised to bring you the most accurate and the fastest results. We've already given you one seat of Surat that is already flashing on your screen. So don't think we are making any numbers up. This is the Surat seat for which certificates have already been given to the candidate of the BJP, Mukesh Dalal. Counting will begin in the next 60 minutes from now. Padmaja, you also said that maybe the postal ballots will open half an hour before that. Will we start getting those numbers before 8 o'clock or after 8 o'clock?
No, so soon after. So first we'll get the postal ballots. Now, in this itself was, dragged into controversy. In a list of 5 demands that was given to the Election Commission, the opposition said that we want all the postal ballots to first be finished, to be counted, and then the EVMs to be opened. So what happens is, first half an hour, all the postal ballots or the postal ballot counting is started, and then the EVMs are also opened, because the sheer number of the postal ballots has really grown over time. So the EC yesterday said, listen,
this is where actually I need to just come in a bit, because there's been a huge fight over this. Navika, I just want to come in on this. I just want to come in on this. You know, what's happened is that that's always been the case, that postal ballots have been opened. Now, since 2019, that was pretty much the case. That was the last Lok Sabha election where that happened. Since then, the Election Commission has altered its rules, and that's why you're seeing a big fight happening. In the subsequent assembly elections, it's not been the postal ballots that have been opened first off. What the opposition is essentially saying is that we want the old system as far as Lok Sabha elections are concerned. This is pretty much in line with what they've been saying when it comes to ballot papers or agents, so on and so forth. But they are saying this time around, we want to revert to the old system, to which the Election Commission has yesterday clarified why they are doing what they're doing. So this time around, perhaps you're going to see a slightly different system. Will the Election Commission have any further surprises for us? We don't know. But that's as far as what the system is at the moment.
Please don't say that early in the morning, Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan. There'll be a dharna outside Election Commission. But let me say a very big good morning to all our panelists this morning. With us, Anand Ranganathan, Mr. Raju Gopalan, welcome to the studios. Tehseen Poonawalla, Kamru Zaman Chaudhary of the Congress, Tausif Khan, political analyst, supports the Trinamool Congress, JVC, also present with us. You've been raising your hand. बहुत कुछ है बोलने के लिए. I just want to ask you, सब सुख शांति है?
हाँ, हम तो जीत रहे हैं. सवाल ये, India is winning. But no, jokes apart, I think this postal ballot thing, there were two very prominent controversies. One was Mamata Banerjee's election, which Mamata Banerjee should have won that election, but last minute 14 or 15, some 200 new postal ballots came in, or as the Election Commission said, we altered our rules. The other one was the Bangalore constituency, where you covered. DK went in to fight after Tejaswi Surya went in, and the Congress candidate who was declared a winner was Soumya Reddy, was then declared she lost by 14 votes, and new postal ballots came.
But the point was, she was the one
who went with the mobile phone.
She did not collect the certificate. She
kept on asking. And that's the problem.
So you declare someone a winner, you don't collect the certificate, then you open postal ballots after the MP goes in with a mobile phone.
She was the one who came and asked, open that.
No. Who said open that?
She was the one.
So they listen to candidates. Who went in with the mobile phone?
Let's not fight before we fight. Let's not fight before the first numbers coming. There is breaking news coming in, and Akhilesh Yadav is at it. Kal kafan tha sar pe. Today he's saying dhandli in voting. He's just put out a tweet, and the tweet.
He's saying, हमको मिलकर लानी है सच की एक आजादी हम सबके हक की. सजग, सतर्क, सचेत, सावधान रहते हुए मतगणना पर निगरानी रखें और पूरी तरह चौकन्ने रहें. जनता को जितना वोट देने का अधिकार है, उतना ही अपने वोट की रक्षा का भी. So basically you have observers in the counting centers. It seems there'll be extra constitutional observers also. All the party कार्यकर्ताs have been told to keep a hawk's eye on what is happening. आशा है चुनाव आयोग निष्पक्षता की अपनी गौरवशाली परंपरा को आगे बढ़ाएगा. So essentially saying we're going to keep a close eye on the counting as it progresses.
Shehzad Poonawalla, national spokesperson of the BJP, joins the broadcast this morning. Good morning to you, Shehzad Poonawalla. Puri and laddus already being made at the BJP headquarters, but Akhilesh Yadav seems to be extremely worried, as is the Congress party, because Jagdish Sharma has reached there with posters and, saying constitution bachana hai. Do you think once again a kind of a narrative is being prepared, like what happened on Capitol Hill and Trump came out saying the mandate has been stolen. Are you seeing a repeat of something like that happening in the election day, counting day here today in India?
आयरॉनिकली नाविका, अब तक ये लोग कह रहे थे कि संविधान बचाने के लिए हम मरने मारने को तैयार है, और आज संविधान हटाकर मरने मारने को ये लोग तैयार है। मतलब जो संवैधानिक प्रक्रिया है, द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल वैल्यू सिस्टम, दैट इफ यू लूज एन इलेक्शन यू मस्ट बी ग्रेसफुल इनफ टू एक्सेप्ट द डिफीट, एंड इन दिस डेमोक्रेसी बीजेपी हैज लॉस्ट मेनी इलेक्शंस, बट वी नेवर क्वेश्चन द इलेक्टोरल प्रोसेस, द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल सिस्टम्स। टुडे द कांग्रेस पार्टी इज बिहेविंग एज इफ इट्स माई वे और हाईवे। इनफैक्ट दे मेड दैट स्टेटमेंट दैट अगर हमारी तरफ वोट आता है तब तो ईवीएम ठीक, वरना लोकतंत्र वीक। दिग्विजय सिंह has said कि if the election shows that we are winning, that means it's a जनता का mandate, otherwise it's a EVM mandate. So this kind of conditional commitment to democracy, and yesterday Congress has issued a fatwa saying that you must emulate a Capitol Hill kind of insurrection. You have also got the candidate of Samajwadi Party saying या तो DM की लाश जाएगी या मेरी लाश जाएगी. You have Pappu Yadav statement, you have a series of statements. Mr. Manish Tiwari has quoted Winston Churchill saying we'll fight on the beaches. अब पता नहीं कौन से बीच पर जाके इनको लड़ना है. But the question is only this, that every time the Congress party does not get a verdict in its favor, whether it's the judiciary, whether it's the electoral process, they question the entire system. And it seems that on the one hand, people in the entire world are appreciating this great exercise of democracy in which election commission, our voters, people like you in the media,
Absolutely.
all of us must be congratulated. On the other hand, the Congress party is busy trying to besmirch this great
Absolutely. You're bang on. 1 minute. We're joined by the first winning candidate of the 2024 elections, the Member of Parliament from Surat, Mukesh Dalal, joins us live. मुकेश दलाल जी, आज मुझे लगता है जो भी 543 सीट्स के कंटेस्टेंट्स हैं उनमें आप सबसे खुश हैं, क्योंकि आपको कोई चिंता की जरूरत नहीं है, आपको किसी नंबर का इंतजार नहीं है, आपका सर्टिफिकेट आपने ऑलरेडी फ्रेम करा लिया है। लोग कह रहे हैं कि आपने डरा कर धमका कर वहां पर ये जीत ली है, क्या जवाब देंगे आज उनको?
मगर मुझे इंतजार है भाजपा का 370 प्लस का, एनडीए का 400 प्लस का, और जो भी कुछ हुआ है वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ कांग्रेस के डर की वजह से हुआ है, क्योंकि कांग्रेस की सूरत में डिपॉजिट जा रही थी और राहुल गांधी ने सूरत में आके जो ओबीसी समाज को, मोदी समाज को गाली दी थी, उसकी वजह से यहाँ डिपॉजिट जाने वाली थी। तो वो लोग ने अपना सेफ बैकडोर एग्जिट खुद भी ढूंढ लिया है। ये कांग्रेस का ही गेम प्लान है, इसमें हमारा कुछ लेना देना नहीं है।
मुकेश जी, कल ही कोर्ट में एक अर्जी दायर की गई है, 3 लोगों ने सूरत से एक अर्जी दायर की है, कहा है कि रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर नीलेश कुंबानी जो कि कांग्रेस के कैंडिडेट थे, उनको रिजेक्ट कर ही नहीं सकते थे उनके फॉर्म को। क्या आपको लगता है कि अभी भी आपके जीत में कुछ अड़चने आ सकती हैं, कोर्ट से कुछ हो सकता है?
नहीं, बिल्कुल सॉरी अबाउट माय विक्ट्री। इनका कानूनी अधिकार है, वो भले कोर्ट में जाए, हमें कुछ चिंता नहीं है। आई हैव लीगली वन द इलेक्शन।
बट मुकेश जी, ये भी कहना है विपक्ष का कि जो सूरत मॉडल है वो डेंजरस है देश के लिए। आप क्या कहेंगे जो लोग ये बात उठा रहे हैं?
नहीं तो फिर अब तक पूरे देश में कांग्रेस की 20-25 सीट आजादी के बाद भी नहीं पाई थी, इसके बारे में कांग्रेस क्या कहना चाहेगी?
All right, I think we can put that question across to some of our panelists over here as well. Mukesh ji, you heard the response, Tehseen, of what Mukesh ji has to say. What about when Congress was in power for several decades, is his retort. How would you respond to that?
He actually said, Bin Harifai thi, matlab he said Congress after independence has won 25 to 30 Lok Sabhas uncontested, unopposed. What about that?
Yes.
He's giving that retort.
Let's be clear. Did the independent candidates, after submitting their forms, withdraw their forms? Did that happen? Uncontested means somebody didn't file the form. Here, people who filed the forms have been forced to withdraw. The returning officer has no right how to withdraw. So everyone withdrew. Every single person, everyone. See, please, first of all, talk to me with your volume low. Don't shout at me. I don't like it.
Not shouting. That's my volume.
No, secondly, so don't interrupt when I'm talking. No, you speak when I'm
That's the way I speak.
Now, the second thing is, everyone who's filled their form has been asked to withdraw or withdrew. How did that happen? The returning officer rejects the form of the candidate, says his brother-in-law's signature is not real. How does he know? He called the brother-in-law. So these things should not happen in a democracy.
Well, let me just cut to some posters that have been put out in the BJP headquarters where Prime Minister Narendra Modi is actually worshipping I think Lord Venkateshwara. Going across to Pragya, who's joining us from BJP headquarters. Pragya, over to you.
And there are we have all heard a debate about Sanatan Dharm Rao, but this is also a picture depicting Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the Ram Temple. Remember, everyone in the Congress and also in the opposition denied the invitation that was sent across to them of this Ram Temple consecration ceremony. So BJP is trying to make a statement as well that these are the issues that were at the core of the Lok Sabha elections. Irrespective, they do not want to indulge in the politics when it comes to religion, but these pictures speaks a lot. Not just one. This is one about Prime Minister at the consecration ceremony doing puja of Lord Ram. There is another one where Prime Minister is seeking blessings from the saints of South India. This is another one. Prime Minister has been ensuring that BJP make a footmark and also spread its wings in the southern states. And he is also saying that you cannot divide north and south. The third picture is of Badrinath Kedarnath, where Prime Minister is doing the puja in Uttarakhand. These speaks a lot about the core issues at the at the helm of 2024 elections, and also Prime Minister coming out in open and saying, we all have our faith, we are free to practice our faith. Absolutely. And this doesn't mean that we appease particular community, and that has been the charge of the Prime Minister on Congress and other opposition leaders, that do not indulge, because you indulge in appeasement politics, and because I have to say that out and open, it doesn't mean if I practice my religion, I do not respect other religion. I do that, but I do not do appeasement. You are free to do whatever your religion.
Absolutely, Pragya. The Prime Minister has been very clear about the position that he takes. But from Prime Minister bowing to Lord Sri Ram, let's go across to God's own country, Kerala, where Jayalakshmi is joining us. And Jayalakshmi, you're in Tiruvananthapuram. What's the feeling on the ground? Shashi Tharoor, Rajiv Chandrasekhar, two high-profile candidates over there. What's it looking like, and what's going on in both the camps? Well, we seem to have lost that connection. Good morning.
So let's get in a word from Yavar, because Yavar, what is very interesting is that the Election Commission has ended the suspense on elections in Jammu and Kashmir, and they've said that the kind of mandate, the kind of turnout that they've seen in J&K will, in fact, or has given them the confidence that they will hold the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly election soon. What are the people around you? Are there any persons around you, any common citizens around you can speak to who've heard this news? What's their response been like?
Well, as of now, I'm in the SKICC Srinagar, where the counting will begin. But yes, you rightly mentioned that since the Election Commission has given a good positive response when it comes to the assembly elections, now eventually this is for the first time that the J&K has witnessed a massive turnout of the voters in all the three parliamentary constituencies, be it the Baramulla, Srinagar or Anantnag. Over the 55+ voting percentage have been recorded, which has immensely break down all the previous records of the 4 long decades. So after that, the ECI is now adamant to hold the elections in the Kashmir and in Jammu as well, as already the centre is saying that before the ending of the September, the elections would be held. And right now we are at the SKICC Srinagar. Behind me you can see that a lot of the people, they have gathered, and they are here to witness the monument moment, because this is first election in the Union Territory after the Centre Purge Article 370 and bifurcated state. And considerably all the eyes are on this particular seat, because this is a neck-to-neck contest between the National Conference and the PDP. The main candidates who are in the fray is the National Conference Vice President Omar Abdullah, who is contesting from the Baramulla. Then there's a Mahbooba Mufti, who is contesting from the Anantnag, and the youth leaders from both the parties, they are contesting from the Srinagar. So interesting to see here is that the jailed Indian, the jailed candidate, independent candidate, Engineer Rashid, is also in the fray. His two sons, they did the campaigning, extensive campaigning, the Kashmir rally for the North
right from Kashmir, let's go all the way down south to Kerala, where Jayalakshmi is joining us. Jayalakshmi, it's a battle between Rajiv Chandrasekhar and Shashi Tharoor, and an interesting one at that. We've seen them share several common platforms over the last few weeks, where they've been talking about, their campaigns. Let's quickly cut across to Jayalakshmi. Jayalakshmi, where is Rajiv Chandrasekhar? Where are Shashi Tharoor this morning? Or I think we have an audio problem there, and in fact...
joining us this morning is Pappu Yadav. He is a congressman, but fought as an independent. Pappu Yadav ji, आज सुबह आपको वहां क्या लग रहा है? आप इंडिपेंडेंट की तरह लड़े हैं, वहां कांग्रेस आरजेडी, आप उस अलायंस में नहीं लड़े क्योंकि कांग्रेस ने आरजेडी के लिए वो सीट छोड़ दी. आज वहां कौन जीतने वाला है पप्पू यादव जी?
जनता तो जिता चुकी है ना, वो तो आपका भी चैनल कह चुका है, सब लोग कह चुके हैं. वो चैनल पर मैं नहीं जाता, लेकिन जब कहीं पर हिंदू मुसलमान जात पात बचता ही नहीं है और पहली बार इस देश में हिंदू मुसलमान लव जिहाद ऐसी चीजों पर नैरेटिव नहीं बनने दिया. इंडिया के नेताओं ने, हमारे राहुल गांधी जी ने लगातार नीति पर और अपने प्रिंसिपल पर बात करते रहे, लड़ते रहे. हम लोगों ने कभी जात धर्म मजहब या ऐसी चीजों को सामने नहीं लाए. तो लगभग जो समाज के सब समाज के लोग हैं, सभी लोगों ने सबसे अधिक आशीर्वाद, ब्लेसिंग और ट्रस्ट पप्पू यादव पर किया. आप उठा करके,
पर आपने कहा कफन बांध के आना पूर्णिया में, ये कफन किस लिए बांधना है?
तो देखिए, एक बात, आप लोग जब कोई बातचीत ऐसी होती है, मैंने कई बार कहा, जब लगातार आप 1 तारीख को चुनाव चल ही रहा था कि आप लोगों ने 361, 62, 71, 72, मतलब 3 आदमी 71, 72 और 3 आदमी 61, 62, मतलब जो 4 महीना पहले कई सारी चीजों 400 पार, फिर कभी कुछ पार कभी कुछ पार, 4 महीना पहले जो बात हुई, और प्रदीप जी CSDC वाले और अन सर्वे वाले जो 6 आदमी हैं, चाणक्य का तो एक बार एवरेज गया था, तो उसके बाद तो चाणक्य का कभी सही हुआ नहीं. जितने आगे भी कर्नाटक में सही नहीं हुआ. 2004 में अटल जी को लेकर के जब सर्वे हुआ था तो बड़े व्यापक हुआ था, उसमें नहीं हुआ. आप
एग्जिट पोल अगर नंबर दे देगा तो आपकी मोहब्बत की दुकान बंद हो जाएगी और कफन बाहर निकल आएगा. ये कौन सी राजनीति है?
सुनिए ना, राजनीति भैया 7 बार MP MLA बन चुके हैं. आप लोग टीवी में बैठ करके, बहन हमारी, यदि हमें छेड़िएगा, हम किसी को छेड़ेंगे नहीं. यदि आप हमें छेड़िएगा, हमारे घर में ढुकिएगा,
तो क्या हम तो ये कफन आपने मीडिया के लिए बांधा है? आप हमसे चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं?
भैया, मीडिया को तो मैं थैंक्स देता हूं, हम बड़े घराने को थैंक्स नहीं देंगे, लेकिन आप जो उसमें हैं, जो मीडिया के लोग हैं ना बड़े, जिसको जो टीवी चैनल के मालिक हैं, जो कंप्लीट रूप से मोदी जी और अमित शाह के अलावा दूसरी बात करते ही नहीं.
पप्पू यादव जी, मैं बहुत विनम्रता से आपको कहना चाहूंगी कि आप हम सबकी 30 साल के एक्सपीरियंस पर एक सवालिया निशान लगा रहे हैं. जब हम यहाँ बैठे हैं एडिटर बनके, तो फैसला हम करते हैं, मालिक नहीं करता है, और फैसला न्यूज के बेसिस पे होता है.
नहीं, सुनिए ना,
सर्वे एजेंसी के हिसाब से होता है. अब इसमें आप मालिक ले आएंगे, इसमें आप बाहर की ताकतें ले आएंगे.
मेरी बात भी सुनिए ना मैडम, आप 30 साल से एक्सपीरियंस में हैं. हम कॉलेज लाइफ से लेकर के स्टूडेंट लीडरशिप से लेकर, हम लोग भी तो, हमारी माँ लड़ी, मैडम 3 बार MP है, हम 5 बार MP रहे हैं, MLA रहे हैं.
तो इसीलिए तो आपसे हम लोग की एक्सपेक्टेशन यही है कि जो बात कहेंगे वो संवैधानिक कहेंगे और लोकतंत्र के स्पिरिट में.
अच्छा, एक बात बहन, हमको एक बात बताइए. मैंने तो नहीं कहा कि हम डंडा लेके आइए या हम लड़ने चलेंगे. हमने कहा कि लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों और की रक्षा के लिए हम लोगों को आज मरता क्या नहीं करता.
तो महाभारत की बात क्यों कर रहे हैं फिर आप पप्पू यादव जी? महाभारत की बात कर रहे हैं, आप कह रहे हैं कफन बांध के आइए, मरने के लिए आना. किस तरह की भाषा का प्रयोग कर रहे हैं आप?
मैंने, आप देखिए भाषा भी आप ही सिखाइएगा भैया। एंकर में बैठ करके आप 2 लाख रुपया लेते हैं और हम 2 लाख डेली बांटते हैं, इसलिए हमको
बातें कर रहे हैं पप्पू यादव। किसको बांटते हैं सर?
नौकरी
किसको बांटते हैं सर?
उनसे आप
वोटरों को बांटते हैं,
जिनको नहीं मिल रही
वोटरों को 2 लाख बांटते हैं।
शहजाद पूनावाला बीजेपी से हैं, आपसे एक सवाल पूछना चाहते हैं शहजाद पूनावाला जी।
पूछिए।
नहीं, मेरा सवाल सिर्फ इतना है पप्पू जी, आप तो सांसद वगैरह भी रहे हैं, क्या बाबा साहब आंबेडकर जी ने बोला था कफन बांध के निकलना है? अगर कोई समस्या है तो हमारे देश में कोर्ट है, कोर्ट पर भरोसा नहीं है क्या? मतलब कि एक तरफ तो आप संविधान बचाने की बात करते हैं और आज संविधान को तार-तार करने की बात। और पप्पू जी देखिए, देश का पप्पू मत बनाइए। जो पत्रकार अपनी नौकरी कर रहा है ईमानदारी से, उस पर सवाल उठाना, लोकतांत्रिक संस्थाओं पर सवाल उठाना, ये कांग्रेस का चरित्र बन चुका है। मान्यवर, आपके सर्टिफिकेट की इस देश के संस्थाओं को जरूरत नहीं है, पर आप ये बताइए कि संविधानिक व्यवस्था के साथ चलेंगे, आंबेडकर जी की व्यवस्था के साथ चलेंगे, या पप्पू जी अपना कफन बांध के चलेंगे? ये देश लोकतंत्र है या ये
पप्पू यादव जवाब दे रहे हैं? पप्पू यादव जी जवाब दे रहे हैं।
सुनिए ना, हम बीजेपी के प्रवक्ता से तो कोई बात नहीं, जवाब दे देते हैं। उन्हें 1831 में भगत सिंह जी ने क्या कहा था उसको कोट कर देते हैं। भगत सिंह जी ने कहा था कि हमें लड़ना होगा, हमें सुन तो लीजिए, और 16 साल के बाद आजादी मिली।
कहां से भगत सिंह है भाई? भगत सिंह
सुनो तो
भगत सिंह
हम छोड़ दें,
अपने साथ तुलना करके। भगत सिंह अंग्रेजों के खिलाफ लड़ रहे थे।
जवाब कहिए। सुभाष चंद्र बोस ने कहा था कि तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा। आप हमें, गांधी जी ने कहा था जब इसी पालेजा घाट पर
उस समय लोकतंत्र नहीं था पप्पू जी,
तो
और आप 1900 आप आधा पढ़कर आते हैं। 1931 की बात को आप 1831 कह रहे हैं, और
1931 की बात कर रहे हैं आप। हमको मत बताइए ना।
नहीं, आप तो सब जानते हैं, सर्वज्ञानी हैं आप। मैं बिल्कुल आपके सामने विनम्रता से बोल रही हूँ।
नहीं तो
मैं नतमस्तक हूँ, मैं नतमस्तक हूँ भैया। पप्पू भैया, आप जीते, आप जरूर जीते, पर इस देश में जैसे आपका मान है, आपकी इज्जत है, क्योंकि आप एमपी हैं, रह चुके हैं, आपका परिवार रह चुका है, हमारी भी थोड़ी सी सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट है। हम भी पत्रकार हैं और बहुत सालों से है। तो
आप मेरी बहन है, हम आपकी इज्जत करते हैं, आपका सम्मान करते हैं, और मैंने पहले ही कहा कि हमारे जीत में या चुनाव में आप लोगों की भूमिका और आप लोगों ने जो देखा उसको बड़ी सार्थकता के साथ कहा है। मैं आपकी इज्जत करता हूं। यदि आपको लगा हो कि मेरे इस भावना से कहीं ठेस पहुंची हो, मैं क्षमा मांगता हूं। ये कफन मानने वाली बात और महाभारत वाली बात जो है, यदा यदा ही धर्मों से, जो हमारे महाभारत का जो एक संदर्भ था, और वो था,
चलिए,
एक बड़ा ही आध्यात्मिक क्रांति।
उम्मीद है आप इसको लिटरली और सच्चाई में सड़कों पर महाभारत में नहीं बदल देंगे, और और इस संविधान और इस लोकतंत्र का आप उतना ही आदर करेंगे जितने आदर से 1947 में हमने इस देश को आजादी दिलाई और लोकतंत्र कायम किया। आप हमारे साथ जुड़े पप्पू यादव जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपको। बहुत बेस्ट ऑफ लक अपने चुनाव जीतने के लिए। Good morning, Dr. Sanjay Jha.
Lovely to be here, Navika.
Lovely to be here and lovely to hear the words of Pappu Yadav.
Yeah, and it's great to be dressed in blue. I think India is going to win today. But I want to make one quick comment. You know, you had Mr. Dalal earlier who won in Surat. And I thought, you know, that is a manifestation of the problem that we face today. An election that, in my opinion, was clearly rigged. That election was clearly rigged. And look at him. He's actually coming on your show right now on probably the most historic election we are having. And he's boasting about that victory. He's quoting instances of the past. Does he remember what happened in Indore? Does he remember what happened in Chandigarh, where we saw a daylight fraud happening live in front of the camera?
This time you have a problem, go to the courts, but Anand Ranganathan.
Couple of points. You see, the example of Chandigarh is brought up again and again without realizing that Chandigarh was not on EVMs, it was on ballot. So in fact, that is a stinging
But does it take away from the gravitas
Sanjay,
I
didn't interrupt you, Sanjay. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, just chill.
No, it's 7:30.
Oh, is it?
It's 7:23 to be precise. But go on.
All right. But, you know, these are the kind of people who are casting doubt on EVMs. But even if you were to hold ballot elections, they would, because they are going to lose, they would, cast doubt on the quality of the paper on which the ballot is printed on. ये ऐसे लोग हैं नाविका, तो ये पूरी conspiracy theories कल से लगा रखी हैं.
I know. And if the ballot papers come out,
it's almost as if all the pappus of
will
India
come
have
out
united.
even before they are on counting day, and that's the worry India has.
Navika, can I point out? I mean, think about it. It's, without being partisan, today you are having an extraordinary situation where the election commissioner has said that paramilitary forces are still all over the country. Why?
That's because of the calls given by the opposition leaders, my friend.
We'll fight them on the...
So you need to introspect. Shehzad Poonawalla wanting to make a comment to you, Dr. Sanjay Jha. Shehzad.
Yeah, sure.
I just wanted to tell Sanjay that 5 घंटे बाकी है आपकी विलाप के लिए. अब आपने 7:30 बजे ही विलाप शुरू कर दिया है. But I just want to ask Sanjay Jha one thing, that when the 20 odd candidates won on the Congress uncontested, when Ms. Akhilesh Yadav's wife Dimple Yadav won uncontested, at that time it was all clear and it was all good democracy, and today it has become bad democracy. This kind of attitude that if the verdict is in my favor, I accept democracy, or else I reject it and I throw the baby out with the bathwater, it shows immaturity, and it shows how they are so
absolutely. And today may the best team win and may peace prevail, because India will live on. BJP, Congress, Samajwadi Party, we don't know. We don't know who's going to win, who's going to get how many seats. But at the end of the day, it's Bharat, our Bharat, your Bharat, ladies and gentlemen, that we are fighting for. Well, we'll take a